In just the last 2 days, two Teslas, one in Pinellas Park and another in Palm Harbor, caught fire after the storm surge pushed a wall of salt water inland. Carfax says owners need to understand the fire risk doesn't go away after their EV dries out.
The salt water that is flooding can get into the battery and dry there. And once it dries, it creates what federal safety officials call bridges between cells. And that can lead to fires. And those fires can come anywhere from days to weeks later. And once an EV catches on fire, it is incredibly difficult to put it out.
If the water breached the car door, it's important that you park it 50 feet away from any structure and take it in for service. And if you plan to purchase an EV or any vehicle, look for telltale signs of water damage. Hundreds of thousands of flooded cars are expected to be resold, according to Carfax.
Hello everyone, Moshe the Electric Israeli on FSD. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Thank you to all of my supporters. Please follow me on X. And if you're in the market to buy a Tesla car, please use my referral code. You're going to get some great discounts. I read this article. All right, so here's what happened before I tell you what I read. Two Tesla cars in Florida set on fire. They caught fire. And from what I read, they correlate this to the last hurricane that happened in Florida, Idalia. Those two cars happened to be in a home garage, and it was a gush of water from the ocean. It's like ocean water, not just rain flooding. Okay, flooding because it was a lot of rain. Where I live in New Jersey, there's rain right now. There's a lot of flooding from all the hurricanes that are circling around in the Atlantic. So we get a lot of rain. So we get a lot of those flooding or river crossing and flooding. That we get, if you know New Jersey, around Fairfield County. They get a lot of flooding. I live in mountains, so there's not much. But anyway, I'm talking about flooding that come from ocean surge. Anybody who lives on the coastal line anywhere in the world. So what they say is this. What they say is that because of the flooding, those two cars were exposed to high level of water in their garage. Seawater, not rainwater, seawater. And after the water rescinded and, the car dried, a lot of the salt from the seawater got attached somehow. Maybe they got in through the windows, not necessarily from the bottom, because the bottom is very sealed. And that salt attached to the batteries, got somewhere to the batteries, created a chemical reaction that got these two cars on fire. First of all, the notion of electric cars catching on fire more than gasoline cars, that was debunked. People who hate electric cars will come up with all kinds of crap to say that. So that was debunked. Unfortunately, gasoline cars catch on fire by far more than gasoline cars. That is a fact. It's not disputed. But the report said that this can happen even weeks after the exposure to seawater, salt that is dry now and attached itself to the batteries, and the chemical reaction can cause a combustion and fire. So there were two cases. It's not making up. Two cases of fires that happened in Florida. So I don't know. Listen, I don't have the technical knowledge. I'm not a scientist. So I don't know if this is actually true. But from what I read, it is true. So first of all, if your car is exposed to seawater and you do park your car inside the garage, I would say for a few weeks, park it, just in case, park it on the driveway or on the street or whatever, and just be aware that this can happen. Car washing and cleaning your car, it's always very important to get anything out that may be attached to this. But I don't know if it's true, but I know that I read about it, and I know that there were two cases in Florida after a hurricane. Those cars were exposed to a high level of seawater in their garage. So is this connected to that? I don't know. I mean, and if you are a scientist, please enlighten me. I hope it never happens to you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.